raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Justin Gallagher, the undersigned, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of patrolman in the Avon Lake Police Department during my continuance in said position.
I, Justin Gallagher, the undersigned, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of patrolman in the Avon Lake Police Department during my continuance in said position.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I know it says Aquamarine Southeast expansion, but you have to understand where it's part of that expansion of that development, but it's located on the northwest corner of Walker and Miller. It is going to be going from, we're proposing that it goes from a B2 general commerce to an R3 multifamily. We have Mr. Saylor with us, who is the engineer for the project. If I could, Marty, I'd like to turn it over to him so that he can show the map, he can talk about the properties that are around there.
And as Mrs. Fenderbosch stated, this is Walker Road here, Miller Road, so it's the northwest corner of Walker and Miller. Currently, there's an abandoned bank building right on the corner and a low-rise office building, and the proposal is to take those, raise those two buildings and redevelop this shaded area of land into a continuation of the aquamarine development. Now, the surrounding aquamarine development, this part of the development are the low-rise 1.5-story ranch-type units, and the intent is to make this a contiguous part with the rest of the development, so it would be kind of a seamless project. It would be managed and by the same management group, and for all intents and purposes appear as if a part of the overall plan. So, at this point, we are trying to finalize the unit breakdowns. We hope to come back to Planning Commission with a site plan approval within a month or two. And if we get our rezoning request granted, we would go forward with that.
And this is they're asking us to designate another home as a historic landmark. This is the Beck homestead. It was originally built by Henry and Emma Beck in 1898 in a traditional homestead style. The house was erected on property with a small vineyard and farm, which was subdivided through the years, and currently it's approximately 1/8 of an acre lot. The original barn was raised in the 60s, the cistern was filled in the early 2000s, and the iron water pump still remains. The house has a full stone cellar. Is that the original hardwood floors are chestnut that grew in the area here, and they've been refinished. The house has received typical updates over the years, such as electricity to replace gas lights, plumbing installed in the 1920s, a gas furnace to replace the coal furnace, the excavation of the dirt slate cellar floor in 2010. But it has the original slate roof. Oh, I'm sorry, and the original slate roof was replaced.
I received a number of phone calls today. People heard very loud, if you will, booms, or some people call them explosions, but it was basically the power plant blowing off steam. They did get, they're part of the grid unit that has them serving as, if you will, like a fire station, ready to go online whenever they're needed. They got a call in the afternoon yesterday. They had to fire up a boiler. During that process, they have to release steam, and as Mr. Regato said, we like to do it without causing any noise or disturbance, but apparently that was not the case, so it did go off. It caused some consternation on the part of people because it happened after midnight and woke people up and had dogs barking and so forth, and we got a complaint as even east of Route 83, so it must have been quite loud. Mr. Regato apologizes for it, but anytime those boilers are fired up, this kind of thing is likely to happen.
Secondly, we got a number of calls about the condition of Walker Road at the NRG Railroad crossing. I have been in contact with the plant manager over there, and they have a crew that is scheduled to come out to make repairs on Wednesday. So we have some warning sign. The Public Works Department put some bump signs up at that location, but they will be bringing a contractor out to make those repairs on Wednesday. Thank you.
That's the Director of Finance, Mr. Presley.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. The Finance Department last week began the training and initiation of the new payroll system that we will be bringing payroll in-house. We have 5 more weeks of training that will be scheduled between now and the end of May to get the system up and running and get all of those users trained on it so that we can get up and running the first pay period in July. We will keep you updated.
Thank you, sir. Scott.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Council President. I want to say a very quick congratulations and welcome back to the True North Cultural Arts and their director, Rick Fortney, and congratulate them on returning to Avon Lake. This past Saturday, I had the pleasure of attending their grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony at their new location on the corner of Pin Oak and Moore Road. And I have to say that after touring the facility, they've done a tremendous job there, and we talk about repurposing properties, and to be able to put True North into that former property, I never would have guessed it. And it all flowed together, and a lot of credit goes out to Rick Fortney and his artists. There was a tremendous attendance there. The performances were great, and it's really special for Avon Lake to have True North back. Those are very, very talented people, and congratulations to Rick on being back here in Avon Lake.